Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning visitor, the drag races are over. We have left Ohio. We drove south starting last night, drove into West Virginia and spent the night. I've got a video posted about waking up across the street from a gentleman's club. It was pretty funny. Anyway, we park at either Walmart or Cracker Barrel parking lots with the RV. I think that's just so wonderful that they let people do that. Hello, whoever just came in, you caught me with my goats. So we left West Virginia this morning fairly early, drove south through the state, then drove into Virginia and finally into Tennessee. And we got home a few hours ago, quite a few hours ago. And I've been doing some caregiving to my plants that were drying out a little bit while we were gone. Did a little bit of transplanting. I posted a couple of videos. Took a nap, of course. And I just made it over here to the ranch to hang out with the goats. I just took care of all the ducks, gave them food and water. I'll probably clean some coops tomorrow because they definitely need to be cleaned. We had quite a bit of rain while we were gone over the weekend, and that usually gets things in the coop kind of soppy. So I need to clean them out and add fresh hay, but I'm in a sundress and flip-flops today, so I won't be going into any cleaning. It's a little too slick with the flip-flops on. I need to be wearing something else. And those two people left me all alone. I'm 2 minutes in and I'm all alone. Come back. Just kidding. It's okay. I'm surrounded by my goats. There's Mommy and daughter. Mommy is the black one, that's Nani, and the white one is her daughter, Abba Zaba. Somebody's making some noise. I guess that's Rosie. Hello, whoever just came in. You caught me back with the goats. It's been a few days. There's the speckled ones. They look like they're related, and they are not. Whoa, not at all related. Hey, Emmy. I'm guessing Emmy, Mia, Maddox, and Ethan are the names of your children or grandchildren? Maybe? Hi, J-Boy. Gamer room, huh? What games do you play? Just questioning. Hey, Harry. Nice to see you. Hello, Solange. Hi, Arthur. Arthur at Davy. Hey everybody, I'm in East Tennessee. I'm back from Ohio. It's a lot quieter here, although there was a noise just now. We have some local motorcyclists that like to race on our road down below us. It gets pretty loud. 21 people in here, that's amazing. Hey guys, welcome to my East Tennessee forest property and my goats. It's a little shady. It is 6:08 p.m. here in East Tennessee. It's 5:08 in Middle Tennessee and then on to the west. But we're over in the Eastern time zone. Thank you, J-Boy. They're sweet. They're all pets. The only one that is not like our goat is that one there. Excuse me. We bought him a couple of months ago. He's a miniature Nubian buck, and he is going to be a daddy. Hopefully he'll be able to breed with that brown one over there. And if so, that would be nice. If not, we'll get some other girls for him to breed because we want goat's milk. I like to make goat cheese, goat ice cream, lots of different goat things. I make a sweet goat kind of syrup that is to die for. It's so delicious. It's made with the goat's milk and sugar. Pardon me, I've got allergies so bad. I say that every time I do a live stream. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever did that. I sure appreciate that. They're just really enjoying this. We left on Friday morning, and they didn't have a chance to come out and graze. So here we are Monday. They haven't grazed in a few days. Well, I shouldn't say that. This is all their area where they could graze during the day. And they do a little bit. But for some reason, that grass tastes better on the outside of the fencing. Hello, Word of Elijah. Hey, I don't know if I can pronounce your name. Rishinth. Nice to see you again. You too, Word of Elijah. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever did that. Appreciate it. If you like to see goats and occasionally drag races and my ducks, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I generally post a half a dozen or so videos a day, unless I'm not feeling good. I do have my moments where I don't post a whole lot, but today's a good day. How could I forget the word of Elijah? Elijah had a good word to give. Some good warnings. Look at those mountains in the distance. I need to know what mountains those are. I think I told you before, he had some good words, but they were also warnings about bad behavior. As, you know, all the prophets warned people about bad behavior. So even though it was a good word, sometimes it had a little bit of a bite to it. It really is peaceful here. And this is where our house will be someday. Or I might be right where the swimming pool is going to be. I don't know, maybe. No, I guess the goats are. I think that's kind of where the swimming pool is going to be, over there. It's a nice day. Hey, Rando. Good to see you. Rando, I like that your name has a smiley face in it. It is very nice. I think it's in the 70s, low 70s, slight breeze, barely any clouds in the sky, as you can see. So mostly sunshine today. But of course, with the forest, we get a lot of shade. We don't have a whole lot of sunshine. I apologize for the jerking. My wrist does not want to just kind of smoothly turn. Every time I try to turn my wrist, it goes, eh. I don't know why. Oh, allergies, you guys. These are goats, Sankey. Nice to see you. We have goats. We don't have sheep anymore. The sheep were a little too much work. We might get them again in the future, but not right now. They have to be in different pens. They have different needs, and we've always kept them together, and it just makes for too much work. Oh, I'm standing in the clover, and I just saw, where are you? I don't see it now. Oh, there it is, a little bee. Taking care of business before it turns dark. I had sheep when I was growing up, but I never had goats. And then we got goats as adults. And then we ended up with a sheep. And then we got another sheep, and then they had baby sheep, and you know how that goes. But it was just a little too much work. Hey, Rando, again. Clover flowers are edible and can be used in tea and foods. Bees love it. Okay, so I love making things with with flowers. I've got some lilac infused water in my refrigerator. I drink it as an iced tea. I have redbud cookies that I made with redbud flowers. I just finished off the last of them day before yesterday, I think. And I make dandelion flower cookies. I have not made cookies with these guys. Clover. I have never eaten a clover flower. Here we go. No flavor. No pleasant flavor. Yes, Randy, we've had donkeys. We had to leave them behind in California because it was a mother and her son, and the mother was 21 years old, and she wouldn't have made the trip from California to Tennessee. There goes my Sparky boy. So we had to leave them behind, but we would love to add donkeys to the homestead again. Here she goes, rubbing her belly. She does this all the time. She goes down the hill, scratching her belly. Well, Rando, I'm going to pick another one. I'll give it another try. If it's in your foraging book, it probably has to do with the benefits of it, like it's full of antioxidants or vitamin C or something, but maybe it's not necessarily something pleasant. Like dandelion flowers are very pleasant tasting. Red bud flowers are crisp and they have a very sweet flavor. Um, the lilac flowers have a really pleasant, they taste like they smell. Um, Clover flowers don't have a scent. And a little bit, let me think. Um, I might put them in a green salad and they would be okay. They've got kind of a lettucey flavor to them. Like if I had some lettuce greens that I purchased in a bag, you know, where they mix them all together, that would actually be okay in a salad. It might freak people out, but it would be good in a salad. Hey, G-Man. Dandelion jam. Okay, I haven't made that. There were so many dandelions in Ohio at the racetrack. I wanted to go around and collect a whole bunch of them because I could tell where they were that they weren't being sprayed with any pesticides, and for sure they weren't being fertilized. There was no reason for it. But I didn't want to be that weird old lady that was picking flowers all weekend. You know what I mean? Yeah, I could see those flowers in a salad. I wouldn't put them in a sweet. I would definitely use them in a savory. But I'd like to know, my foraging book that I just bought last week doesn't have the clover flowers in it, but the internet is so full of good information. I'll have to look it up. I have some foraging books in my phone somewhere. I did a digital download and I can't find them. I find them every now and then on accident, and then I can't find them when I want them. Can I snore? Hey, Christian Thomas. Nice to see you. Yes, miniature donkeys are adorable. They're little jerks. All donkeys are jerks. It's just in their nature. That's part of their charm. But they're so full of spice. They really are. I think if I got another little donkey, I'd probably name it Jalapeno. Snore, please. I don't think so. I don't want to do that. That's gross. Hey, Gimo. That's my baby. Hey, Gimo. Aren't you going to... Hey, Gimo. See him trying to ignore me? Yeah. Now the white one. We'll see if she even pays attention to me calling her. Abba-zaba. Abba-zaba. Nah, she's going to ignore me. I think she might be on a date with Sparky. Okay, Christian, you're going to get kicked out of here. You need to clean it up, man. Dandelions, yes, I have heard about making wine with dandelions. I haven't heard about making mead with them. I wonder. My oldest daughter, is the one who clued me into the cookies because she and her kids gathered a bunch one year and made cookies, and they said they were good. They have kind of a banana bread aftertaste, at least to me, and I can't eat bananas, so I really appreciate that because I miss banana bread really badly. We have a fenced area for the goats, Randy, and I just let them out to graze a little bit more. Sheepshire Wine? Is that a company name? Look at how they graze outside the pen, and inside there's plenty. Oh, I'm sorry, banged it on the fence. Inside there's plenty to eat, but instead they stick their heads through and eat on the outside. That cracks me up. Gives me a safe place to walk where I know I'm not going to step on a snake. Oh, okay, meant to taste like mead. Okay. I've never eaten elderflowers. I've eaten elderberries, and we make elderberry syrup and or jam when we have enough elderberries. We don't have a good source for them here. We have 3 plants, but they haven't flowered yet. Oh, elderflower must be different than elderberry flower. Now, they might be different plants because elderberry flowers are white. And people dip them in batter, like pancake batter, and fry them. I can't imagine why, but I guess they taste good. And some people put it in water for an infusion and then they drink it iced. They must have a pleasant flavor to them. The berries themselves are poisonous if you don't cook them. They have something in them that makes you throw up violently. So we always cook them. It is the same plant? Wow. And they're purple. Okay, well, I've never seen purple flowering elderberry bushes before. Cool. I mean, you know what? All my experience is out in California and down here in East Tennessee. I don't have Missouri experience. Hi, Mommy. You get some of your cashmere. Oh, good girl. She's letting me take it. Usually she runs away. Okay, here's her cashmere. That's where cashmere comes from. But she's the wrong breed to give me enough to do anything with. Sheepshire. I'll look that up. Oh, I see. You're from UK. Okay. Ah, you know what? Sometimes our plants get named similar, but they're different plants. And sometimes our plants are the same plant and they have totally different names. Because we are a rebel nation. And when we struck out on our own and had that whole revolutionary thing going on, a lot of the things got renamed as a kind of a, I don't know, just kind of a thumbs down to the British way. Don't knock me down this hill, big goat, please. That would hurt so bad. Here's my boy Patches. He likes to come stand next to me and go pee. I don't know why, but he's not doing it right now. That's true, Rando. I could see that. Um, different environmental conditions might cause them to grow a certain way and change quite a bit. Hi, Mommy. There she goes again. Oh, I see why I have allergies. Check this out. Okay, gonna have to zoom in on it. That right there, that's pollen. That's a grass I'm allergic to, and it's full of pollen. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a miserable week. Yuck. Okay. Now I know why I'm sneezing since I got here. I hadn't been sneezing all day. Sassafras. I've got sassafras. I've got polk. I don't have persimmons, but I had a persimmon sapling I tried to grow and it just didn't grow. Yeah. Watercress, I haven't eaten. I've tasted it. My ducks love it. We used to have a creek in our backyard and I gave it to the ducks and they loved the watercress, but I didn't trust the creek water for us to eat a lot of it. I wasn't sure. I will be making sassafras tea this year for sure. I won't be making root beer, but I'll be making sassafras tea. I made some last year and it was really, really tasty. And I'll be making polk, at least the syrup and possibly jelly. What is similar to a radish? Oh gosh, I'm so confused. I've got a rando and a randee. That's hilarious. In the chat, I mean. I've got to go back through the chat here and see what the flowers. Huh. Yes, we have rose hips too. I used to make a vitamin C syrup with the rose hips. I had a rose bush that had huge rose hips on it. But we have wild rose hips here, so I just need to use more of them. It's a really good source of vitamin C. Random. Okay. That makes sense. I hear that. And your little face there is funny. Oh, watercress is like radish. Okay. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I need to get it from a clean source. We've got a creek that runs through our ranch property that's, the source is questionable, but the one down at the house that we used to live in, it came through a few cattle pastures before it got to us. So I was a little concerned about the possibility of some E. coli in the water, especially after a big rain, or if things got stirred up. And the ducks always stirred things up. Randy is short for Randall, and Rando is short for random. This is our English lesson for today. Hey girl, why are you wagging your tail? That usually means she's ready to breed, but I think she's just being annoyed by a fly or something. Hey mama. She gives the best milk. She's my milker. Okay, I've got to carefully tiptoe through the clover here. Make my way back over to my chair. We've got 6 people in here. At one point, we had more than 20. They came in and realized it was just some weird lady talking about goats, and they went, no, this is too boring. Okay. My poor ducks, I haven't cleaned their coops out. Well, we went away on Friday, so these guys got a coop refresh on Thursday. Look at their coop. So tomorrow they'll get another refresh. Poor babies. It's not horrible, but they need a refresh for sure. Needs to be scraped out, hosed down, and have new hay put in. Hey, Pickle. Didn't know we'd have a pickle in the chat today. Randy does mean that, yes. In fact, my grandmother used that term quite a bit to describe high school boys when I was in high school. She called them Randy. Oh, the person behind the camera looks like a grandma. Okay, let's not terrify everybody. Hello. There you go. You got it. My profile picture on my account is a shot that was taken in 2018 or so. But that was a headshot, and the photographer did a little touch up on it. I wish he wouldn't have. He needed to leave me. I think he took away some of my wrinkles, and he needed to leave them the way they were. I used to do acting when I was in California, and when they see you, your picture, they want to know what you look like. They don't want all your wrinkles erased if you have wrinkles. But that picture was taken before COVID. Oh, I just had to cough. Right before COVID, and then it was kind of funny because I got them back in November, right before COVID, the pictures. And I did end up shooting a movie in the months during COVID. I can't remember. I guess we shot it in 2020. It was released in 2021 because I already lived in Tennessee when it came out. No, we were still in California. That's right. We had a big old party at the house. But we went to a few film festivals, and I was actually nominated for Best Actress in a feature film at the film festival. I can't remember the name of the film festival. The Wild Bunch. The Wild Bunch Film Festival of 2021. I was nominated. I was not elected. I was nominated for Best Actress in a feature film. That was an honor to be nominated. I didn't win. That's okay. We can't all get trophies, right? I am, Rando. I'm not currently working much. I do have an agent, but it's hard for an old white woman to find work anymore. If I was in California, I would still be shooting commercials, industrials. I would be working in major motion pictures, most likely as background, television as background. I did some background work on a TV show called 13 Reasons Why and another one called Sense8. I was in I was in a few movies. I don't remember the names of all of them, but the movie I got nominated for, that one was called Lost Outlaw. Actor is for both sexes now, but you know what? Now that men are becoming women, they're calling them actresses now because they want to be called actresses. But anyway, I'm an actress. It's confusing when everybody's the same. Most of my work, Rando, was in television commercials and industrial films. And then I did a lot of low or almost no budget indie films, and I have a hard time remembering the names of them. I did another major picture. It was called In Da Cut. In Da Cut. D-A is the middle word. So it's just in, the word I-N, D-A, da, cut, C-U-T. And if you look it up, like on YouTube, or I don't think it's on Amazon Prime anymore. It was for a while. You have to, it was produced by Biblical Films, because there's a lot of stuff that's in Da Cut that's not the film I was in. So it was produced by Biblical Films, and it did win an award at the San Diego Black Film Festival. And I forget what year it was produced, and I play a very, very bad girl in that movie. I'll tell you that right now. But it was a fun movie. Yeah, look up Lost Outlaw. I'm Kate. I play the mother of the two girls. And it was really fun. We shot it during COVID. Unfortunately, I had a version of COVID. I didn't have the respiratory. I had the, oh my goodness. Oh, one of the goats just came up over the hill and scared the other ones. You guys saw the reaction, right? That was her. She came up and scared them. Well, that's funny. We shot it in old Western towns, and it's an old Western movie. It's a faith-based film, and you can look up the bloopers. Look up Lost Outlaw bloopers, and you can see me mess up over and over and over again. That was after 4 days of suffering from the COVID intestinal version of COVID. I went in to shoot, I think I was in 7 or 8 scenes that day. And I could not remember, I wasn't able to memorize my lines before because I'd been so sick. So I had some issues with my memory, and boy, I really messed up. And the bloopers were all kept, and they made a blooper reel, and it was pretty funny. I was laughing so hard, but that was a fun day. Oh, anything would have been good for that intestinal virus I had, man. It was awful. But anyway, so that was fun. So in Da Cut, I was a very bad person. It's a really fun role, but oh my goodness, I was a terrible person in that movie. And then in Lost Outlaw, I was just kind of a grumpy mom. And I wish I could remember the zombie movie I was in. I can't remember the name of that one. I was in so many films. I mean, I was in an area of Central California with a really active film community, and a lot of people had vision and talent, but no money, so they made little projects. And I was in a lot of little projects. But then I would go to the Bay Area and shoot industrial films or be background on TV shows. I was in Sense8. It was a kind of a weird TV show. It lasted a couple of seasons. I think it was Netflix or something. It wasn't on, it didn't go on any networks. But Sense8 was kind of a weird show. I was in a couple of episodes of that. I think I was in 2 seasons of 13 Reasons Why. And in those 2 seasons, probably 3 episodes as background. Hey, Fake. And the forest. And this year was a complete bust on the morel mushrooms, but our friend brought us a whole bunch of morels. So that was nice. We got to eat fresh morels. Next year we will probably grow our own morels. We'll buy some spawn because they're pretty delicious and it's pretty cheap to buy the spawn. Of course, it's a gamble. You don't know if they're going to take. The cards say I'm going to be abducted. Hi, Liam. Love from England. Cool. Abducted by aliens. Oh, dear. I hope I speak their language. What country are these aliens from? If they're from a Spanish-speaking country, I can at least sort of kind of speak and understand a little bit, and I get better with time. Hey, little boy, my Sparky boy. He usually jumps on me. We're going to have to end that before he's full grown. They are mine, fake. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yes, these are my goats. We used to have around 20 to 25 goats, but when we moved, we had to sell most of them. And we just brought the ones that are pets with us. We lost one this winter. She had really bad arthritis and she had injured her knees, and so we had to put her down. That was sad. She was a sweet girl. She just could barely walk, and the cold weather was hurting her. I could tell she was in a lot of pain. And the other goats beat her up because she was injured and weak, so they beat her up. Not injured, but you know, her knees were bad. Goat cheese is delicious. I make a lot of goat cheese when I have goat's milk. Thank you for those of you who gave me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Ooh, Nani just knocked Sparky over. Well, knocked him around. This is fun. This is my relaxation. It's almost as good as just zoning out on the couch, you know? Fake reality, do you make goat cheese or are you just a connoisseur of other people's efforts? Not that that's a bad thing. Most people don't make goat cheese. I'm kind of weird. Abu Zaba looks like she was rejected by all the speckled goats. They're like, we're too good for you. And she's like, no, I'm too good for you. I taught theater for about 11 years and helped write curriculum for a school, sorry, not for a school, for a school district. I helped write a curriculum for a school district theater. You get yours from the farmers markets. You buy it from someone like me, a boutique cheesemaker probably. I've sold mine in the past, but I don't have enough milk goats now to sell any. So we just drink it and eat the cheese. I wonder where Nani is. Nani's about 14 or 15 years old, I think. And I just heard from a friend of mine who bought 4 of my goats. She bought 2 babies from Nani, and then she bought 2 babies from Nani's sister who passed away a few years ago. She came for 1 goat. Oh no, she came for 2 goats. One, her husband wanted one, and she wanted one. So I gave him one of the twins from one of the moms, and I gave her one of the twins from the other mom. And they both fell in love with them, but they didn't want to separate the twins, so they ended up taking home 4 baby goats. And those babies are 9 years old now. And I think she only has 1 left. They get cancer, unfortunately. Hers have gotten cancer. It's really sad. Zappa, like Frank Zappa? They don't, no. when I've got the one goat that I'm milking, I get enough for my husband and I to drink, and I make some cheese sometimes, not a whole lot. But there were times when I was milking 7 goats a day, so I had plenty of extra. So I sold the goat's milk and I sold goat cheese back then. And if I was going to a potluck or something, I was bringing goat cheese. It's like, if you invite me to a potluck, you'd better know I'm bringing goat cheese. I used to milk Abba Zaba, her down there. She doesn't give a whole lot of milk, but it's good milk, and every little bit helps. And I milked Nani, her mother, and I milked Bonnie, Nani's sister, and Abba Zaba, and then I had a few others that I milked. And they have all passed on now, except for Abba Zaba, Nani, and Rosie. And out of those 3, I think Rosie's the only one who will get pregnant this year, if she gets pregnant. She might be too old. I haven't bred her in the last 2 years. Hand milking 7 goats a day. That was crazy. Where is Nani? Goodness. It's 6:41. 7 people in the chat, 7 thumbs up. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. That little Sparky is standing there just peeing away while he eats. That's really rare. They usually at least stop eating when they go pee. He's just like, nah, this is too good. Oh my gosh. Oh, Sparky. He's so cute. Abba Zaba, Mommy. Hi, Sparky. He's still peeing, you guys. Yes, Fake, it is true that the milk does taste different if they've been eating different things. So if these guys were just eating hay and I milked them every day and then I let them out to graze in the clover and the grass, the milk the next day would taste different. The only time I've ever thrown away goat's milk is when I made the mistake of giving the goats, broccoli and cauliflower leaves from the garden. And the milk was so nasty the next day, I just had to throw it all away. It was really bad. I should have known. I should have known. Now, because these guys will be being milked in the winter time, they generally give birth in January and February, and then their babies are weaned at 4 weeks old, or they begin to be weaned at 4 weeks old. I start milking them at 4 weeks. I leave the babies on them for 12 hours, and I milk the moms. And so the process begins at 4 weeks. So they'll just be on hay and grain, and so their milk will taste very neutral. But once I start turning them out into green grass, there will be a slight change in the flavor. I'll still give them hay and grain, so it won't be too drastic, but I will never give them kale or broccoli or cabbage or cauliflower ever again. They eat a lot of fruit, bananas, blueberries. What else do they like? Apples, pears. They eat stuff like that. None of that will change the flavor of their milk. But oh boy. The green grass definitely does if they eat a whole lot of it. Wait a minute. No, they don't eat alfalfa. They eat more of a grass hay that's just been cut. It's not a specific like oat hay or wheat hay or anything. It's basically just like what's growing here. They cut it and bale it up. Sometimes it's just a field and it just looks like a bunch of weeds, which is perfect for goats because that's really, perfect diet for them. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out in the fat. Also their fat can be seen in corn-fed chickens and bears that eat blueberries. What does that mean? That there's a lot of fat? Oh, yeah. I could see that the fruit might cause some diabetes if you gave them too much. we have to be careful because of our little baby boy over there. He can get, if we give him too much sugar, they can get bladder stones. We lost 2 baby bucklings last year to bladder, or 2 years ago, 3 years ago, to bladder stones. The stones block the urethra. I'm sorry, guys. I know this hurts. It causes their bladder to explode, and by the time you know they have the problem, it's too late. So we lost 2 baby boys to that last year. So now he gets a medicated feed that will stop, like just grazing on green grass can have too much sugar in it for him. But certainly the sweet feed. So we give him a special food that has something in it. It's not like a pharmaceutical, it's just a mineral or an enzyme or something that stops his body from creating the crystals. So that would be sad. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to have bananas or blueberries or apples or carrots or anything like that if we weren't giving him that special food. I don't want him to die that way. That was terrible with those 2 boys. Oh, they make bear fat purple. Oh, how funny. Bear fat is disgusting, so if blueberries make it better, I'm all for it. I worked with some bear skin years ago. I was sewing thimbles, leather thimbles, and it was bear skin that I was making them out of. And just working with their hide, the smell of their oily fat, it stayed in my sinuses for years. It was really weird. I'm getting covered in little black bugs. This isn't exciting. Yeah, Rando, about the diabetes, I could see that. Not with my goats. I'd be more concerned about the bladder crystals for my boys. But in a zoo situation, you've got animals that aren't getting a lot of exercise, and they're mostly eating like a Purina. Purina makes a lot of food for zoo animals. They are really in the zoo industry. At least they were when I was working as a zoo docent. And even though it is what they need, they also need a lot of other stuff, right? The micronutrients that we don't even know about. So if you're giving them too much fresh fruits, I could see where that could cause some imbalances because, okay, the bears eat blueberries, but they eat blueberries once a year, and there's probably about a 3-week period of time when they're eating blueberries. But in a zoo situation, if you're giving them blueberries regularly, that's putting a lot of sugar in their diet they wouldn't normally have. No, bear fat is definitely different. Most people don't. I know people that eat bear meat and they say it's good. We've got 3 bears here on the property. Because of the smell of the goat or the bear fat, the goat fat, the bear fat, I don't think I could eat bear meat. My experience 30 years ago with that hide, it's kind of stuck in my brain. I've eaten bison. That's delicious. Yeah, wild blackberries are a treat here, and our blackberry bushes have tons of flowers on them this year. I'm hoping they're getting pollinated because if they are, we are going to have an amazing crop. And we're getting so much rain right now that we should have nice, big, fat, juicy berries. I've also got some wild raspberries that I need to plant. They're native to the eastern United States, and I got some plants last year up in Maryland, and they're beautiful. They've got a lot of flowers on them. Look at her being mean to that little boy. Oh boy, drama, drama. So I'm hoping that they have a lot of berries this year too. I need to plant all of them, all of the wild raspberries down by the water. Nani is afraid of all of the goats except Sparky because she can still be mean to him and he can't hurt her. Oh yeah, Randy, the wild ones are so, yeah, every now and then I fall for store-bought fruit, and I have to eat it because, I have to eat it. For one thing, my doctor told me, you need more fruits and vegetables. And I told him, I grew up in a farming community, in an agriculture family. I grew up eating fresh fruits and vegetables in season, of course. And then we did canning and we ate them throughout the year sometimes. But the stuff we buy in the store doesn't have flavor, or it's like the berries are sour, but they're not sour in a good way. They're just boring. Farmer's market is the place to go if you're getting good local berries in season. Blackberry cobbler. I've still got a gallon Ziploc baggie of frozen blackberries from last year that I haven't done anything with, but I'll definitely be making cobbler. I'm a celiac, so I can't do regular cake mix stuff, but my husband just bought me a grain mill. It came on Wednesday. I haven't unboxed it yet, but I'll be able to make my own flour. So I'll probably make up a rice flour with a couple of other things in it and make myself some cobbler. Yeah, we have the blackberries in our woods. They grow along the edge where there's a little bit of sun. We don't have, well, I haven't been all over our property. It's 65 acres. And it's steep. I haven't hiked the whole property ever. My husband's hiked the property line with the neighbors who own the property next to us. They hiked all up and down the property. I've never done it, but I wonder if I would find any. Did you look up the bloopers, Randy? Did you go look up Lost Outlaw bloopers? Is that what you're saying? I'm silly? I am. Can be kind of silly. Oh, okay. So if you want to look up two movies, Lost Outlaw and In the Cut. And I wish I could remember the zombie movie. I only have one word in it. It's just one line. I wasn't even supposed to have a line, but the director said she was going to give me a line, so she gave me a word. Seriously. That's all I say. Real snarky. What was it called? The Uprising. The Uprising. Okay, but yes, I'm a celiac. The Uprising movie is a short. It's 8 minutes long. It's a zombie movie, but if you type in The Uprising in YouTube, it won't come up. You have to type in The Uprising and then Heather Parra, P-A-R-R-A. Then you'll get The Uprising movie. Little short, 8-minute deal. And I play, what was my name? They never say my name in the movie. It doesn't matter. But it was supposed to be a 20-minute short, and when they got it into the editing room, they edited it down to 8 minutes. I play a zombie hunter, and I get in a fight over a shotgun. I think it was a shotgun, or it might have been a rifle. Anyway, with an actress friend of mine. She's a zombie. You can't tell who she is. She's all covered in makeup and prosthetics and stuff on her face. It was a lot of fun to shoot. 2 days, tons of fun. We shot it in an old, I wouldn't say abandoned, out of business hospital. It was, and an orchard. It was very fun, very, very fun. And Heather Parra is coming out with an animated film now called Talon, T-A-L-O-N, I think. Like me here, as in, but where else would I be? The real me, I have a real me. The real me is pretty doggone lazy. But I've been sick for like 3 years, so I'm just kind of getting over it right now. Then we moved to East Tennessee, and almost all of my acting stuff just came to an abrupt halt. I did one commercial, that's all I've done. I feel bad for my agent. She's got me on the books, and I haven't been able to do anything. Well, except the one commercial. There's a lot of stuff that films over in Nashville, which is a 4-hour drive for me. And there's a lot of stuff that films in Atlanta that's about the same, I think, maybe a little bit longer. But I can't go do day work as a background actress with a 4-hour drive because it's not worth the money. Out in California, it was worth the money because they pay a whole lot more out there. But out here, it's not worth it. I mean, I'll still probably do a couple of things. Like there are a few movies that are shooting right now in Nashville, and they're looking for background actors. And if I know I'm going to feel good, I'll do it. But right now I can't. I'm dealing with some stuff right now. So I can't drive the 4 hours, work all day, and then come home. Nani, mommy. Hi, pretty girl. She's a kinder goat. It's a combination of a pygmy goat and a Nubian, I think. Nubian and pygmy. Well, maybe you can handle the 8-minute short movie. Oh, a duck just made noise. I hope that was okay. Sometimes when I hear that flapping sound, it means somebody flew out of a coop. The goats are freaking me out. They're looking around. Yeah, the 8-minute one might be more it'll be over with quickly. That's what I'm trying to say. I watch a lot of crime shows. Like I watch a lot of YouTube crime analysis programs and stuff. It's kind of freaky, but I really am into the whole investigation stuff. I was in a TV show called Wives with Knives, and it's exactly what you think it is. What channel? It might have been on the History Channel or something, or A&E, whatever it was. It was about women who stabbed their boyfriends or husbands. And I was background in that one. But it was fun. And not my proudest moment. I was in another show, background again, called Sex Sent Me to the Slammer. And it was about people who have inappropriate relations and end up getting arrested. I didn't always know what I was getting into. I had a different situation out in California. I had a different agent, and I actually wasn't working through my agent at the time. I was working through a casting. Was she a casting agent? I think she was a casting agent. Yeah, she was. So she would just say, hey, I need people for whatever, and I would submit myself without knowing what I was doing. And so the one, Sex Sent Me the Slammer, that made me laugh so hard. I didn't have any lines in that one. I was in the background eating pancakes or something, pretending to eat pancakes. I didn't take a bite. That's one thing I have trouble with. When they give me stuff I'm supposed to eat on screen, I have so many allergies, I can't. I just have to fake it. Okay, guys, it is 7:00 p.m. I'm going to have to go because I've got to go get things done at the house. Actually, I've still got to get things out of the motorhome. We just got home today, and I've got to go take some things out of the motorhome and take them back to the house. So I'm going to sign off. Go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't yet on your way out, and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit the bell if you want to know whenever I'm going live next time. It'll let you know I'm going live. I won't be at any drag races for the next few weeks, most likely, because I think the next one is in North Carolina. It's not too far of a drive, but I think I have to stay here in Tennessee. I don't think I'm leaving for that one. William Holden, Earthling. Is that the guy that had the terrible ending? Like he got killed on set with 2 children? Is that William Holden? Is that the right guy? Oy, that'd be a tough movie to watch. I don't know if they ever finished filming that one. I hope they didn't. All right, you too, stay safe.